Hello. So once again, welcome to this webinar dedicated to Open Call for Adopters. It's our third and final Open Call in StairwAI. My name is Urszula Sobek and I'm from Funding Box. And together with my colleagues Veronika and Anna, we will be hosting this webinar. And Funding Box is a part of the StairwAI consortium responsible for the Open Call process and FSTP management. So today we will be talking a bit about different issues related to Open Call for Adopters, and we will try to answer all your questions. So if you have any doubts and a question, please include them in the chat and we'll address them during the second part of this webinar. Please also note that this webinar will be recorded for dissemination purpose, and please mute yourself and keep your camera off. So agenda today is a short introduction to the StairwAI Open Call, so just kind of summary. Then we will go through the top questions solved, and then I will give you some kind of tips how to prepare a good winning proposal. At the end, we'll address your direct questions. So a short introduction. So StairwAI is one of the projects related to AI on-demand platform, formerly called AI for EU platform. And StairwAI is working on enriching the platform by providing new services. These services are multilingual interaction layer, horizontal matchmaking, and vertical matchmaking services. In this Open Call for Adopters, we would like to select 32 low-tech SME. Each of company will get 10,000 euro to perform feasibility study for the adoption of AI. Applicants have to focus on addressing one of the challenges. You will find them in the guide for applicants, and start to interact with different services related to AI on-demand platform. Our support program will last only for 2 months, so this is very short. During this program, you will be working with technical and business mentors to define the feasibility study for the adoption of AI. And feasibility study will be some kind of entry point in a enable you to be matched with different resources available on AI on-demand platform for your project implementation, especially with HPC providers or different AI experts, AI developers, and all this type of experts. Who we are looking for, so low-tech SME, so companies that are registered at the moment of applying in one of member states of European Union or its overseas countries and territories, or in one of associated countries to Horizon 2020, or in United Kingdom. Please note that if you already received funding under first or second StairwAI Open Call pilot, you are not eligible to apply for funding under this third call. What is a low-tech? Low-tech is company that, based on our methodology, can be considered as AI unaware or AI aware. For the purpose of the StairwAI, we deliver our own methodology based on methodology developed by AI Singapore. And we try to determine the AI readiness index based on 6 questions included in the application form. And this table shows how the answer can result. Based on your answer, we will assign you different scores, and so we will calculate the average score. If the score will be equal or below 2, then you can be considered as AI unaware or AI aware, and at the same time considered as eligible for funding under StairwAI. What we are offering, so financial support, 10,000 euro as a fixed lump sum, so no vouchers, no invoices will be needed. You will just get 10,000 euro at the end of support program if you deliver your feasibility plan. Also, we are offering business and technical support. You will be working with 2 mentors, one technical and one business mentor, who will guide you through the process, help you designing your feasibility plan, and also help you to find the best way for your business model. Also, you will have access to AI tools and resources that are available on the platform, and you will be able to use and test somehow StairwAI services, matchmaking services, and based on your expectation, you will receive a list of potential HPC providers or AI experts that match with your project needs, that can deliver services that will be valuable for you. What type of project we are looking for, a use case of adoption of AI. And what's important also, that project should fit into one of StairwAI challenges. You can see here on the screen on the right side the list of StairwAI challenges. They are quite large, so probably almost all of the AI domain can be covered by these challenges. So we have here logistic and supply chains, human resources, management and data generated by IoT, manufacturing industry, environmental issues, cybersecurity, and also health, education, energy. We have also art-driven solution and art production, public services, and other challenges. So if your project does not fit to any of those listed challenges, you can always submit your proposal addressing challenge other if you can prove that you are going to use AI resources to increase your productivity or value chain, or bring some kind of value to your company or to European Union. Our implementation is only one step, so there's only one stage that focuses on preparation of a feasibility plan. Here's some kind of overview of this very short support program. So as I mentioned, you will be working with business and technical mentor. And at the end, when you have draft or when you have your version of feasibility plan ready, you will be matched with a list of potential AI experts and HPC providers. StairwAI is doing a validation process of AI experts and HPC providers from Europe. So the list that you receive will be the list of valuable, trusted, and already validated experts with certain knowledge and experience. So you can use, of course, use this list or do whatever you need, but it's a good starting point for implementation of your project. Of course, you will have also your AI implementation plan ready and a feasibility plan, and also business model developed, agreed, and maybe tested with your business mentor. How to apply? So very simple. You just need to log into Fundingbox platform and apply to StairwAI fair to call. You can save and submit your application before the deadline and then come back and update if needed. Just remember, if you update your application, please do not forget to resubmit it or save the changes to be visible for us after the call deadline. And now we are moving to the core part of this webinar. So what are the most asked question that we have? So very often you ask if you can submit a proposal if you already participated in first or in a second open call. So the answer is yes, you can do it only if you were not selected for funding. So if you were rejected or if you didn't make it to be shortlisted, you are free to participate in the first open call. Please just make sure that you are still low-tech SME. And if you receive support from first or second open call, if you participated in first support program, or if you are starting now the second support program, then you are not allowed, you are not eligible to receive funding under third open call. And here we are going to the important question. So how you can check if your company is low-tech. So in StairwAI, we developed as a consortium chatbot that enable you, among other, to test or to check your AI readiness level. So here is QR code. You will also find on the main OpenCall web page link to this chatbot, and you can answer 6 questions, and based on answer, you can calculate your average score and then determine if it's equal to 2, below, or if it's above. If it's above 2, then I'm afraid you are not eligible to apply to StairwAI. Of course, there are different possibilities for AI companies available funding box, but not in StairwAI. And the question included in the chatbot, the question that you answer, are the same that you will be able to find in the application form. Under the section AI maturity of applicants, there are 6 questions, exactly the same as you can find in the chatbot. And answering the question, you will be also able to determine your AI readiness index. The score range is from 1 to 4 under each question. How we can use the grant we will receive. This is another important question that we receive. So here we we are applying basic rules for FSTP. So for financial support to third parties rules from European Commission. So costs are eligible only if they correspond to the project execution that must occur during support program duration. So in our case, during 2 months, and should be also mentioned in the individual mentoring plan. Individual mentoring plan is a document, it's a very short one, but you will be elaborated together with your mentors at the beginning of support program. And in the documents, you will include what you are going to do, what you would like to achieve during this 2 months program, and what type of cost you are expecting. So regarding the type of category of costs that can be covered, so personal cost, involvement of employees in the StairwAI, purchase of goods or services if they will be needed, travel cost, and subcontracting. How many applications one company can submit? So only one proposal is eligible. If we spotted that more than 1 proposal would be were submitted, then only the last edited will be evaluated. The other proposal would not be considered as eligible. What are the most common mistakes made by applicants? So a lot of mistakes, small mistakes, but resulted sometimes in project exclusion, are mistakes regarding or related to declaration of honor section. In this declaration, we are asking you to confirm or to provide answer to some formal question. And please make sure that your answers are correct, because very often applicants are doing it at the very last moment, and sometimes by mistake by picking not the right box, and sometimes this resulted in project rejection. So I encourage you to read carefully this section twice to avoid rejection to this type of mistakes. Also, sometimes selected country are not eligible, and you are selecting not the eligible type of organization. For example, NGO or research organization. Please make sure that you select SME, so a small or medium enterprise, because this is the only type of organization eligible for funding under StairwAI. Other mistakes or maybe shortcomings that resulted in a low score received from external evaluators are the following. So description is too general, and it's hard to retrieve information related to evaluation of certain criteria. There was lack of clear evidence provided. The business model mentioned is very weak, and the description of resources needed to implement the project properly is not sufficient, or there is no clarification how, for example, company is going to get resources for further implementation of a project. Also, be aware that we have a pre-scoring system that we will apply if we receive more than 60 eligible proposals. And the question from you very often is how you can find this question in the application form. So we have 8 questions related to pre-scoring. You can get 10 points from each. And the questions are included in the guide for applicants, and the same question, exactly the same, are included in the application form. These are single choice questions, so once you spotted this type of question, then please note that this is pre-scoring question, and this will be used to pre-select the best 60 application. And this pre-scoring will be done automatically by our system, so not manually. A system will check the answer selected and assign the score to a selected answer. So there's no human interaction. The test this will be done automatically. What are the benefits of being selected in this call for adopters? So there's huge benefits, grant for sure. So maybe not the biggest amount that you can get from Horizon 2020 project, but still easy to get 1,000 euro to work on a model, on a feasibility plan that will help you to go further with your plan and with implementation of AI into your business. Also, this is connected with designing of a business model, or maybe validation of your business model. It will depend on your maturity and what you would like to do with your business mentor. Of course, access to resources, to AI experts, and we provide this resource matching to your needs and type of your solution. So you will get a list of the best possible supplier in Europe, and you will be able to start cooperating with them. And of course, this type of feasibility plan can be used as kind of entry point and some kind of extra thing that you have when you would like to apply for funding to cover the implementation part of your project. And a few tips how to prepare a winning proposal. I encourage you to check before you apply if you are SME, if you are really low tech. So please use the chatbot, and it should give you the answer quickly. So no point on wasting your time if you are maybe too mature. So just check it before. Please remember also that your project should have European dimensions. So this means that should bring benefits to European economy and society. So it should have some kind of European focus. Remember about the deadline. It's next Tuesday at 1. Check if your project is able to fit to one of our challenges. Take also the list of consortium partners to avoid having any conflict of interest. Also, be aware that during the formal check, we will check your financial situation. So make sure that your financial situation is clear and you are not a company in difficulties. And of course, your IP right must be clear. So make sure that you have your rights, or you are using open source resources. Regarding evaluation criteria, my tip is to keep in mind what we are going to evaluate under excellent impact and implementation sections. And the section in the application form matches the criteria. So each time you will be providing information, for example, under impact section, you should be aware that this will be evaluated under impact section, and that evaluators will take into account market opportunity, workforce, and SME productivity. Tips for applicants. So invest your time to prepare a good proposal. If you already participated in the first or a second open call, probably you just need to revise your proposal and maybe include the tips received or feedback received during external evaluation. If you are doing it for the first time, please make sure to dedicate a bit of your time and review your proposal before submission, before the deadline. As I mentioned before, remember about your European dimension of a project. Try to highlight the innovation aspect of your solution, of your future solution. Review the evaluation criteria and try to address them in the best possible way. Build your team, and I encourage you also to keep the gender balance if possible, and try to be as convincing as you can for evaluators. So try to think like evaluator and try to prepare your proposal this way that it will be easy for evaluators to find the values in your application. If you have any other question, we will address it later on, and you can also write to us using our help desk email, info.stairwai@fundingbox.com. You will also find information and all useful links under application page, so StairwAI for open call at Fundingbox domain, and you can also access it through this QR code. Also, you can register to our AI community to be updated. You can also leave comments there or ask us a question, but also have information about different funding opportunities related to AI. And now it's time for your question. And here I would like to ask my colleague Anna to read them, if we have any.
Thank you, Ursula. So I see some questions here. Can an Industry 4.0 company that currently produces robots with AI benefit from the artificial intelligence services provided by StairwAI? Or is this problem mainly to increase the use of artificial intelligence in other industries and to facilitate some processes?
So for sure, company in Industry 3.0 are welcome to apply. Just before applying, check if you can be considered as low-tech. Low-tech in terms of AI, because low-tech, we are just assessing all the features related to using of artificial intelligence. So you can be high-tech company, but still low-tech in terms of AI. So if the only obstacles is that maybe you are not AI low-tech. So if you will be able to check it and your score will be below 2 or equal to 2, then you are welcome to apply.
Thank you. I see a comment about the chatbot that only works for answering the first question.
Maybe try to connect again, or maybe restart, because we try it and we receive also some kind of comments from other applicants providing the scores received from chatbots. So maybe it's something wrong with your link. So maybe try to enter again. We have also the link on our main OpenCall webpage, so maybe try that one. I hope it will be working. Anyway, you can write to us and we can check it deeply.
Thank you. I have another question. A startup based in Namibia, Africa, are we eligible to apply?
No, I'm afraid that this country is not listed as eligible country for StairwAI.
Thank you. Can a company SME apply for the application? Can we use funding for training of staff?
So basically, funding must be related to the project goal. So the goal of this open call is to prepare feasibility plan for adoption of AI. So it will be hard to connect or to prove that training of the staff is related to preparation of a feasibility plan. That would be my answer. So only costs related to drafting preparation of feasibility plan can be considered as eligible. Of course, please note that we will not be asking you to provide us a timesheet or invoices to check. So you will receive a grant and you can cover the costs that you think are related to StairwAI. However, in longer period of time, you can be checked by your tax office. So it's better to have everything paid in correct way. So I leave it to your consideration, but from my perspective, it's hard to connect those type of costs with StairwAI.
Thank you. I don't see any other questions as of now.
Okay. Thank you, Anna.
Oh, I see we have another question. What will be tangible outcomes that SMEs should provide in the end of a selected project to receive the grant payment? In question 35 of your frequently asked questions, you refer that you'll decide based on deliverables quality, tech and business performance indicators. So there is no need for working AI implementation of proposed solution in the end of 2-month project, right? But of course, we need to have done some things that we will define together with StairwAI team in individual mentoring plan, right? For example, data collection, a baseline AI working model.
Okay, so the tangible effect or result of this support program will be your feasibility plan and business model. So it will be a document that will cover or provide information. How is your plan for implementation of AI? What type of resources will be needed? What could be the timeline? So the effect will be this document. So no implementation, no development is needed. So based on the quality of these documents, technical business mentor will assess your performance and progress. So they will score if this document is high quality or maybe it's medium quality. What will be also assessed is business model. So we will be working with your business mentor on developing a business model. So at the end, you will have also another documents, let's say documents with a business model. So this will be also assessed by mentors. So only documents, let's say, will be validated and will be needed.
Thank you. I see a comment. Can you please share the presentation?
Yes, we will share the presentation through our social media, and it will be also published on the OpenCo webpage.
I see no other questions.
All right, so if you will have any other question, please send us an email to our help desk.